Hey guys, welcome back to Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. I've actually gone ahead and done the level ups because I think that we're not doing Idira and Heinrichs just yet until we really need to level them up. But yeah, I just seemed like it would be wasting a bit too much video time just to read through and select the skills. So I think from now on level ups, I'll just level them up off cam and then come back and explain what I did for each selection. So we can have a look at that. So hang on, don't want to be doing that. Okay, I've gone with deadly calculation because it just does more damage. We're starting to hit 100 damage, so that should end up doing 10 extra direct damage, which is really nice. And later on we'll go through to pick up lethality heightens, because every time the assassin deals 5 or more direct damage and we get that from deadly calculation, we'll just pump our lethality up really high. And I think there was, you can always get Carmine Whisper later, but there was another one, I think. Was it Seize the Advantage? No. Mortally Effective? Yeah. Whenever the assassin hits a target with an attack that has 100 lethality or greater for the first time in a round, get immediately regain the AP, so that will be quite nice. But we still have a few levels before we get to that. I leveled up Argenta because I think we'll be swapping out Elliot and Argenta as we go. But I took heavy weapon proficiency so that the strength value for heavy weapons is reduced by 25. And took strength so that she now has 35 strength. And I think heavy bolters are 60. So these two together should allow her to use a heavy bolter without having to invest any more into strength. So that's the idea there. Elliot, I took perception and expert finesse, just so that if I bring Elliot along, I'll use her to specifically try and hunt down difficulty tier 4 or higher enemies, and that should, if she kills them, that should give her the bonus attack, which will be quite nice. With Jay, I just went with Diversion Zone, so that we can use it on a rear area, and that means the enemies are less likely to target all our shooters, which will be nice. And then I took Ballistic Skill. Cassia took Undam the Sea of Souls and more willpower, so that should be nice. Minus 14 armor is, I think it's pretty good, so that should help us do a bit more damage overall for the team. Pascal, I took intelligence and then filtering protocols because I'm using plasma weapons with him, so he'll automatically get 1 AP back, which will be really nice. And with Abelard, I just went with more toughness and Renitent Beacon, just so that he can boost his armor and parry. Obviously with defensive stance, we want the parry to be really nice. And maybe when we can make another choice, we'll take something to boost defensive stance, or whatever which skill we choose next from here. Wall of Rockcrete, follow my lead, something like that, and then go from there. So now that we've sorted out the stuff on Janus, we can go and try and find the other systems that we want to get to. But first, let's have a chat with, I'll save it here, and then we'll chat with Elliot and see what she has to say about things. Elliot stands out from her surroundings like a Janusian jungle tree in a garden of manicured topiary. Unsettling beauty and alluring otherness in her posture, her gestures, her piercing stare radiate from the Eldari. Footfall is a buzz with rumors about Xenos ravaging the sector. Do you think it could be your kin from Cruderrock?
Is that snake venom seeping from your lips? We, the children of Azurian, are no strangers to the art of war. We are not raiders, or butchers, or least of all, fools. When a craft world is beset by calamity, its inhabitants do not start a war with every monkey in the sector. If you are looking for enemies, look for them elsewhere.
Not so friendly. I think that Eldari tend to be like that, and it seems it is monkey. But yeah, would have thought, you know, we helped her out a bit. We're helping her investigate the potential survivors of her craft world. Would think she'd be a bit nicer, but I guess maybe not. Although the phrasing probably wasn't that great as well from us. What happened to your homeworld?
It is a mystery, as inscrutable as the sigh of the last immortal, as deep as the waters of a dark ocean. And I can tell you little, for I was far away, on a mission with my unit. We returned at the appointed hour, but we did not find Cruderrock in its celestial harbor. It happened many turns ago, or standard years, as you say. But I remember that moment as if it happened this very day. The memory of a loss is always stronger than the memory of a gain, especially when you lose something as significant as a home, or an entire world.
The accent of the voice actor kind of comes through, which is actually, I think, is kind of fitting for an Eldari. But can't quite place it. Is it? Yeah. I think it does work well for Elliot, but I could be wrong. Watch it turn out to be like some British or American voice actor that doesn't actually have an accent. I don't actually know who does the voice acting for each character. Might be worth looking into off stream, just for my personal curiosity.
We searched. We called out. We looked everywhere. But we saw only emptiness and the echo of calamity. Countless days passed before I found myself on the Lilithon and met some of my kin. Those refugees who had barely managed to reach our ancestral planet. Their stories were far from being the fruit of truth I so badly craved. Those who agreed to talk to me were few, for most saw me as a wayward daughter who had spurned the honorable paths. And they would not stop babbling about a terrible disease that spread black tendrils of pain over the paths of the Infinity Circuit and deadened our world one segment after another. The ones who survived fled in fear and wandered between the stars, until the Lilithon's warm light reached out to some of them. Some, like Muaran, lay the blame entirely on Monkey. However, I do not know the truth, but I hope, I desperately hope and pray to the gods that someday it will be revealed to me.
What is an Infinity Circuit?
Is idle curiosity a defining feature of the Monkey? Or are you trying to learn about the weaknesses of my people so you can destroy another world of the children of Azurian? Forgive me, Elentark, but I am not ready to immerse you in the font of my people's deepest mysteries.
Fair enough. All Eldari carry these crystal spirit stones. I want to know what they are. He's probably not going to answer. What was your world like before it fell?
Cruderrock cannot be described in your language. It can only be sung. Encased in a filigree of sounds. A melody as complex and delicate as the Infinity Circuit, its energy network. It can be seen in the golden hues of sunlight. Out in the breath of celestial winds. Though it was an artificial world, it was just as alive as any real planet. But I must see clearly. Not only light, but also shadows. I yearn to remember only Crudorak's beauty, but it had a dark side too. My world was isolated for too long. Like a lake of stagnant water. There was no movement or renewal, and even the sweetest outbursts of life soon turned fetid. Who knows? Who knows? Had there been no stagnation, had our elders not been so blind in their dogmatism and our youths not lacking in courage, then perhaps Crudorak would still be alive even now?
Keep mentioning She Who Thirsts. What can you tell me about her?
Why ask this question? Is it idle curiosity, or something else? Do not turn your thoughts towards Cylon Thresh, whatever your motive. She is downfall. She is hunger. She is the enemy of all that is good in the universe. She is an enemy to the Eldari, and I hope to you as well.
Chaos gods are the enemies of the Imperium, which means they are my enemies. You can be sure of that. There is nothing wrong with curiosity, idle or not. Knowledge is always a boon, including knowledge of one's enemies. Let's go with 2. I like that.
It is the bait with which the enemy lures you in, urging you to come closer, one step after another. Be wary, Elantark. Your intentions may be noble, but they are sending you down a dangerous road.
Okay, I think that's enough talking with Juliet. Some of the more interesting conversations I don't think she's ready for. So, I've learned what I wanted to know. You have my gratitude.
As you wish, Elantark.
Why did you agree to join me? Is it not strange for an Eldari to be following a human?
The outcasts my path led me to had a saying. Let me translate it for you. If you fall off a cliff, grab the roots and do not ask if they belong to a weed or a noble rosebush. You are the root I grabbed, Elantark, because I fell off a cliff. My homeworld is gone. My kin are either dead or hiding no one knows where. By joining forces with you, I may be able to nurture a seedling of the truth I so deeply yearn for.
Alright, I must take my leave. Okay, so that's quite interesting. Let's head off. Okay, let's go to map the Cronus Expanse. Everything has been explored, so I think we are mostly done here. Okay, it says colonized, so that's good. Okay, now we need to find Mundus Nullius. Is that the one we want? Mundus Valancius. Okay, not quite. And Cranach. Okay, we finished that one. Cranach, Mundus Valancius. Mundus Nullius. Okay. Forgotten Twins is over here. We do want to go there at some point. Frozen Prince or Celio Prophecy. Not sure we want to go there just yet. We want Mundus Valancius, and Mundus Nullius is over there, so let's go to Silence of Mer Segret, and hopefully that will uncover something that is similar to Mundus Valancius, or the actual Mundus Valancius, since Mundus Nullius is over there. The tranquility of the warp jump was disturbed by reports of frightening sounds and visions that descended upon the crew. Hundreds of people reported knocking and screaming behind the bulkheads of the void vessel, the sound of nails scratching against the hull, and the elongated Eldari-like shadows thrashing about the long passageways. The phenomena were most prominent in the far corner of the officer deck where the new Lord Captain's companion named Elliot had made her home. The ship left the hostile Immaterium and returned to real space. Okay. Let's do a chart new routes. Okay. There it is. Mundus Valancius. Okay, so we're right. So we can head towards that direction. I'm not sure where Cranach would be, though. Don't have any kind of geographical sort of indications where that would be. Although presumably it would be quite close to the places we can get to. Oh, there's quite a bit further up here too. So at least we know we can... This is where we want to get to, so that's fine. Let's visit this system. Okay. Red Sun. Let's explore. We do need Promethium, so hopefully we can find some Promethium somewhere. Phlogiston not explored, okay. Do we want to explore this? We don't have any of this phlogiston, so let's... I guess we can set up an extractium for it. We can come back for this. Actually, you know what? We'll just save it here and then we'll explore. Okay, never mind. Archaeotech mechanism fragment. Surviving piece of an archaeotech mechanism of unknown purpose discovered among the wreckage of an ancient imperial vessel on one of the planets in silence of Mersegrid. Okay, so that's done. So this thing, I guess, it's not... I guess that this icon just means there's something, some kind of item of some sort. Let's see what we get here. Nothing. Okay, that's fine. Got some experience from it, which is always nice. Aha, Promethium. Yes, we want to extract it. So we have 4 Promethium now. We have 5 Promethium, okay. Can we fulfill the contract? Fuel for the faithful, profit factor +3. Yes, we can. Let's do it. Nice. Okay, so we've lost that Promethium. That's fine. Okay, we'll save it here. This is an oddly shaped planet. More plasteel. Alright. Let's extract that one. And I think we're done from this with this planet. Let's go back to the Cronus Expanse and we will probably move to Mundus Nullius to try and make our way towards Mundus Valancius. Actually, we can't get there. Not from here anyway. So... okay, so that is colonized. Rightio. So these are systems that we've either explored or we've visited. And the question marks are obviously we haven't visited them. So at this point, I guess we're going up through here. There's no direct route from here to Mundus Nullius, so... and we have 4 navigators inside, okay. Let's go back to the bridge for a second, see if there's anything any kind of event that happened from that whole warp jump thing, or maybe talk to Elliot about that. Okay, no event on the ship.
Elantark.
Strange and blasphemous things started happening during the first warp voyage with you on board. The crew are whispering that you may be the reason. Is this true?
The minions of She Who Thirsts could sense my soul behind the thick walls and thin veil that separate your fragile lives from the roiling fury outside. A child of Asurian that dared to wander beyond the veil, within the reach of an outstretched claw, protected only by the barrier of unreliable monkey technology. It is too tempting a quarry for the monsters that serve Cylon Thresh.
Okay.
Our ships never venture beyond the veil, and I never traveled the way you do, monkey. Elantark, I admit this was a novel experience. I lost composure, let dismay into my heart, and almost strayed from the path. This moment of hesitation drew the attention of She Who Thirsts, but I summoned my will and used the knowledge of meditation to achieve balance, and hide my soul behind an impenetrable wall of resolve. Future journeys beyond the veil will still be difficult, but I will steel my heart and not let the hounds of Cylon Thresh pick up my scent ever again.
Alright, fair enough. Okay, that works for me. So let's go back to the Varanus Expanse map. And we can't jump through to there. We'd have to go through Pulvis Platinum. Or go to Telecos Epsilon and then go to the Orcellular Prophecy through that way. So what we'll do is I think we're going to go to Langren's Belt now. And we'll keep exploring. Hopefully, passing through this area, we can reveal Cranach, hopefully. But, yeah, not sure where that is, actually, so it might be further south, not entirely sure, but let's go. My apologies, Lord Captain. The enforcers report that your pet Eldari is in a foul mood and is moving towards the Captain's Bridge. We didn't dare to stop her, but I expect that you have a difficult conversation ahead of you. Okay. Alright, this should be interesting. Let's see what she has to say.
Please spare me a brief moment of your time, Elantark.
Elliot quietly appears beside the throne, exhaustion and anger set on her brow.
Asurian knows that I do not care about the curious glances of monkey. I grew inured to them back in the blossoming gardens of the Lilithon. They curse me from afar. They follow my every move. They ward themselves against me. Let them. After all, what can be done with such weak-minded, primitive creatures? And still, one monkey stunt has caused the cup of my patience to spill over. She dared to approach me, to speak to me, and touching my hand, she suggested that we withdraw somewhere private. She wanted Morag. The mere memory of it stirs up a tempest in my soul.
Very interesting. Fraternizing with the Xenos, unspeakable heresy. Show me to this madwoman, and I shall see that she's suitably punished. Not sure I'm down for that line. Were you so truly offended by it? Maybe. That's a decent option. My people have behaved contemptibly enough. Not really. I wouldn't mind going somewhere private with you either. That's an option, I suppose. Do we want to go down the path of romancing a Xenos. If you dislike how my people behave, try to spend your time somewhere more outright. Don't know about that. 2 or 4. Were you truly so offended by it?
Try to imagine, Elantark, being lusted after by a wild beast. It is foul, disgusting, so vile that it makes your very soul shudder.
So I don't have a chance either then. That's great. My people have behaved contemptibly. I'm also repelled by the thought of a human desiring an Eldari. Not really. I understand that this incident was unpleasant for you, but it does not mean that all humans are animals. You are an exotic animal to my people. Get used to it if you want to continue traveling on this ship. For you, I'm willing to become a wild animal. That's a bit yikes for the leader of a rogue trader. Sounds a bit weird. Okay. Let's go with 1. See what she says. Push the button a bit.
I have given you a chance by traveling with you, Elantark. If you were having other thoughts about me, cast them out of your mind.
I guess we know where she stands on that one. I will speak to my subject. You will not be bothered again.
Your words warm my soul. Very well. I will leave now. Do not forget your promise.
Okay. Let's see. Who do I talk to let people know? Or is the game going to just let everyone know automatically as a quality of life sort of thing? Have the Vox spirits brought you anything interesting lately? Forgive me, Lord Captain, I have no information that would be of interest to you at this moment. That will be all for now. I don't think Argenta would be the one to have a crack. Let's talk to Cassia.
Words cannot describe how boring the bridge is without our stimulating conversations.
She doesn't have anything new to say. Want to keep her, obviously, so that's...
I have enjoyed your company. Thank you for the conversation.
No real conversation, to be honest.
Lord Captain, your presence is welcome. And I wish to apologize for my prior coldness. After our first meeting, I was concerned that you would turn out to be another faithless offshoot of the von Valancius dynasty, like the traitor Conrad. But now I see before me a worthy leader and servant of the Imperium. I am glad to accompany you in your endeavors.
Okay, let's talk about Salus Prime.
Of course, my mission is all I can think about.
So what is this 1 star?
If I only knew. Neither the hagiography nor the legends give a straight answer. Classical iconographers believed that the star turned into a banner woven from silver thread, which, when brought onto the battlefield, would shed light that blinded only heretics, but did no harm to the faithful. Most of them portrayed Saint Argenta as a girl carrying this banner. Others think that upon falling from the sky, the 1 star became a holy chainsword, which Argenta later used to strike down monsters and enemies of the Imperium. In some of the earlier engravings, Argenta is depicted wearing power armor with a silver star on her chest. One theological theory suggests that this armor was, in fact, the relic. Some even think that the 1 star is actually the ship on which Argenta traveled. I feel that my undertaking will be fulfilled when I find the answer that has eluded the Ecclesiarchy for millennia. I pray we find the way to Salus Prime soon. The ruinous powers must be aligned against us. They stand in the way of faith.
No more questions.
One day we will reach Salus Prime and stand before the gates of Saint Argenta's ship. I know it. I believe.
Right, next time. Not sure if it's just me, but it sounds like the voice acting for Argenta now has changed so that she's a bit more loose and passionate rather than stoic and, I guess, austere in the way she was talking. It's kind of cool, actually, now that she kind of, I guess, trusts us a bit more. It's a nice touch. Let's see if Abelard has anything to say about that.
Lord Captain.
I've discovered that there are caches left by Theodora somewhere on Dargonus and Kiava Gamma. Do you know anything about this?
It is wise for a rogue trader to have caches where they can safely store important information. And utterly unwise to share the coordinates of such caches with anyone. Even one's most trusted associates. I'm afraid I do not know how to find the caches, but I can offer some help. Your predecessor used this numeric code to deactivate certain defense systems in her service. If I know Lady Theodora as well as I think, then I'm quite certain that she left her caches well guarded. In that case, this code will be useful to you.
Alright, nice. Nothing about the Eliot's situation. Okay, she's up there now. I don't think Jay would be the one to have a crack at her.
May the Exalted One protect you. Have you grown bored with our little talk, Shireen?
Never mind. Nothing there.
Oh,
Let's see if Yadira had anything to do with it. Gonna ask about the caches again. Yeah, let's ask about the caches.
Me? Not a clue, Lord Captain. I don't know who Lady Theodora would have told about a thing like that, but it definitely wasn't me. Why would you whisper that to me now? Why? Lord Captain, I don't know anything about caches or Lady Theodora's secrets, but the voices have just reminded me about something. I was once given the chance to try some real wine. Lady Theodora gave me some. Not just any old synthetic booze, but her favorite plonk. She always drank it in her palace. It was golden in color, and its name was Flame of Purity. A silly name, but the flavor was so intense, and like nothing I'd ever tasted before or since. Apologies. It's probably not important, but I don't know anything more than that.
Okay, so we've got to keep an eye out for Flame of Purity, and maybe we can give it to Yadira. Nothing else here. Not sure about the broken lens thing, but sure it might be. Well, since the broken lens was so long ago, we can just ask anyway.
It was just my nerves playing up. Something about our little saint doesn't sit right with me, and I trust my gut. Oh sure, she seems straight as an arrow and as predictable as a hangover after drinking. But when I look at her, something about her makes my brain itch. After that conversation, I tried to listen to what was being said about her. Beyond the door. What I heard was strange. Blood in her past, twilight in her present, and something like a star leading her? But where is it leading her? I saw several roads, and all of them frightened me.
What does it all mean?
If I knew, I would have told you. Hearing things clearly requires cooperation from the other person, you know. But that cobra just hisses and spits its venom at me. I don't trust her one bit.
Maybe it's because of her suspicions of everyone in the Von Valancius dynasty.
It certainly wouldn't hurt. I'll keep a watch on her too. Ugh, if only I knew what it meant. Maybe it means danger for her. Or maybe danger coming from her.
Alright.
Of course.
Okay, so... where's Elite? It's up here.
Elantark,
I've been mulling over our conversation, and I can understand why you do not like people, but I think there is something else, something I cannot understand.
what do I see? Your words ring with the desire to know the soul of another. But will you be able to comprehend my answer? You and I, Elantark, look at this world in very different ways. And I see many more facets, and deeper meanings, and brighter colors in it. But to capture the full truth of this world in the miserly language familiar to your ears will take time. I will come to you with an answer later.
Alright, that's fine. I don't know who had a crack at her. Not someone on our... I don't think it was someone in our retinue, so... that... I guess we'll find out as we continue the game. For now, let's... Okay, I was gonna say, weren't we supposed to be at Langren's belt? Alright, let's visit. Okay, we have pirates here. We might want to avoid them. Scan. Just 50 XP, that's fine. More plasteel. The bowels of Riven worlds contain extremely rare metals and minerals, but appears someone has beaten us to it in this case. I want more plasteel? I don't know. Well, we've got a few extractiums, so let's just use them. Ooh, something here. Continental world. Let's go with provisions. Take that. We might come back to this later. Let's go back to the map of the Coronis Expanse first. Let's chart new routes. This is to flagship. Yeah, let's chart new routes. +1. So there we can get to the Forgotten Twins. Let's see. So we can navigate as Insight 5. So I think for now we'll come back and visit some of these systems and clear the pirates and whatnot. There's an unforeseen event here which we've marked, so let's just save it here for a second, and we'll make our way across to Mundus Valancius. Okay, no event that time. But we do have... Your Lordship, there are alarming reports coming from Janus. A number of strange mutations have been spotted among the population in remote agri-complexes. Aside from the obvious disfigurement and the subsequent estrangement, these mutants, called wretches by the rest of the colonists, are coming together to practice a primitive form of religion involving ritual worship of the land. While they display no disobedience or hostility, their very existence is concerning. The members of the Magos biologists you tasked with healing Janus found the mutation to be missing from the catalogue and recommended studying it and eradicating immediately afterward. The Janus nobility humbly awaits your decision. Alright, so once the project completes, it leads to a big event and we have to make some kind of choice. What do we know about these wretches? What does this do? You'll gain 1 Heart of the Nameless is an item? The item increases the wielder's Law Xenos by 10. If the wearer has Iconoclast adherent, it increases all skills by 10 instead. Wow, that's actually kind of nice. Okay. What does this do? Secrets of Mutated Flesh. We lose efficiency, we gain security. Rogue Trader gains 10 Medicaid. Okay. Alright. I will suffer no mutant to live. Hunt them down to the last man. We lose efficiency, we gain security. Okay. What do we know about these wretches? Their mutations cause the loss of skin pigment and the shedding of hair. The eyes of some have started developing a nictitating membrane similar to that of reptiles. Others have succumbed to progressive atrophy of the larynx, causing the loss of human speech. At the same time, their tendons become denser and more elastic, providing increased endurance and load resistance. The wretches are commonly ostracized due to their grotesque appearance. There haven't been too many cases of mob justice yet, but they will become commonplace after the mutation's deformities become more obvious. The wretches tend to form groups with similarly afflicted people. Their average level of intellect is low. They all belong to the labor caste and communicate among themselves using a primitive vernacular of their own invention. As for their barbaric religion, they are deifying both the soil and Janus itself. To them, working in agri-complexes is a form of worship which has had a positive impact on productivity. Doesn't sound too bad. What do my advisors have to say? I saw your agents picked recordings, the signs these monkeys leave behind their idols, and I cannot deny a pathetic, though extremely abstract connection to the symbols of my people. Their guttural prayers echo the sounds of the children of Assyrian speech. The probability of them having come into such close contact with our civilization is non-existent, yet they are still somehow connected. Protect these people, resettle them to distant abodes where they will not be harmed for their peculiarities, and keep watch. Someday the truth may be revealed. I don't mind that advice. The blessed sanction of the Imperium does not grace these mutants, but nor does it declare their existence anathema. Should we sentence them without further study? There are mutants whose existence is fully sanctioned, such as Ogrins, Ratlings, Pariahs, Pelagias, Felinids, or Tross. Our library had many treatises on the Genitor's craft, and I could impart some of that knowledge to your servants, purely theoretical of course. This mutation has not been properly studied and is missing from the catalogue. I'm not registering a basis for delaying the commencement of immediate genetic purification. I recommend launching a thorough investigation into the genetic makeup of this forbidden strain. Okay. Heart of the Nameless and security. Take the required amount of these sickly creatures for researching and let the others work. Please share your knowledge of the Genitor's craft. Okay, so this one we still lose the efficiency. Take the required amount of these sickly creatures to be studied. Destroy the rest. Don't know about that. We gain security, lose efficiency. We gain efficiency, lose security. I like the resettle option, I think. We gain security and we get Name of the Heartless. I feel these monkeys have been touched by something wondrous. The mutants which resettle to distant agri-complexes where their unorthodox appearance will not put them in danger of being massacred by the serfs. The mutants were put under surveillance. One of the watchmen spotted a mysterious relic in the hands of a group of wretches that turned out to be an item of Xeno origin. It is unlikely the mutants understood the nature of the object they worshipped. Completed Sophocracy. We gained efficiency +1 and we got Apexalium stimulant and 4 provisions. We have a lot of provisions now. Okay. So we can choose only one option. Why can't we choose any others? Secrets of the Winter Scales? Blood and Nephium. Blocks Project Dark Sages. Reputation with Hasbala Mission. And it needs phlogiston. Okay, we need reputation with Hasbala Mission. Dark Sages requires reputation with Explorators and blocks Capella Biologus. Chirurgeon Medkit. I can't tell what that does. Okay. Profit Factor and Chemicals. Reputation with Hasbala Mission. People Xenotech. Gives Profit Factor, Chemicals, Pollen of the Unreal, Science of Virtue, Eyes of Joyeuse, Drushin, so we need blocks Rose of Samarkand and we need Reputation with Drushins. Complacency, Efficiency. We need Profit Factor higher than 35. We need 3 provisions. We get a contract. And we get Promethium and Chemicals. Caligos Winterscale has found out that the secret of gas factoriums had been stolen from him. However, he is willing to leave that unfortunate incident in the past, offering the prospect of much greater gains. He is now captivated by the idea of seizing house quarters, Nephium rigs on the frozen world of Lucen's Breath. For Caligos himself, it would appear the Prophet is a mere side benefit of the opportunity to massacre large numbers of house quarters servants in planetary battles. He is offering to pay with the aforementioned priceless flammable liquid in exchange for the fighting force he is desperately lacking. Okay. Legend has it that the House Winterscale holds the secrets of gas factorium's workshops in which tons of organic raw materials pass through fermentation vats, hot rollers, and pressure exhausts to yield valuable chemicals. This sacred tech could enable Janus to produce enormous volumes of promethium. However, only the most skillful and highest paid smugglers will be up to the task of stealing this treasure. Cure for sloth, we need chemicals. And we get efficiency for all colonies. So we need chemicals. We don't have enough promethium to do this. We get 1 profit factor and 5 provisions. The following project must be completed in the Protectorate Giants. Okay. Cure for sloth is what we saw before. Eyes of Joyeuse. The wearer's psi rating is increased by +1 against demons and for each rank of dogmatic. That could be really strong. Pollen of the Unreal. Deals 10 to 15 toxic damage with 20% armor pen and 20% dodge reduction. It immediately provokes each character in the area of effect to attack the nearest ally. That could be nice. Whoa, you need 30,000, well, over 29,000 reputation. 3 people, 1 Xenotech. Get more Hasbala Commission reputation, chemicals, and profit factor. Reputation with Drushins, over 28,000. Get complacency, less efficiency, and Drushin reputation. Okay. Xenotech plasteel mechanisms. Reputation with Explorators. Chirurgeon medkit, 5. Okay. Effectively removes traumas. That is really nice. Profit factor 1, chemicals 3. Has Balica mission, reputation over 35k, 2 Xenotech, 1 profit factor, and all allies deal 5% more damage to Xenos. Okay. That is really interesting. I think I'll leave that for now. And we'll go back to here. Let's visit this planet system. Oh, there's explorative void station, so we've got something to explore now. Okay, let's scan this planet. Prisoners of Ice, so more stuff that we can check out. Got 37 profit factor now. Should have unlocked more stuff in the shops we have access to. Plasteel. I'm only down to 3 extractium, so let's not use that. Let's go back to the map of the Coronis Expanse. Okay, where are we? Alright, we're over here. Let's chart new routes. We should get to Mundus Valancius. Latosian's Passage 2. We are not finding Cranarch. So I'm wondering if Cranarch is over here or a bit further down here. But let's save it here. We'll make our way to Mundus Valancius. Lord Captain, we have an emergency. We have received word that there has been a sighting on the lower decks. Sighting of Lady Theodora. The messages we have received are incomplete and vague, little more than yelling and hysterical claims. There are reports of casualties and unrest. The compartment in question has already been sealed off, but I thought you might want to look into what's going on for yourself. The situation is delicate, and what's especially disturbing, there are mentions of Idira Talas being present at the scene. What is Idira doing there? Idira broke her microbead, so I wasn't able to find out anything from her, but Lord Captain, Idira is a psyker and we are in the warp. You are the only one who would risk setting foot in that compartment, and if you do not, we will never see Idira again. I beg you, Lord Captain, do not ignore this matter. Despite a carefully maintained distance, Vigdis's voice trembles with fear. I'll deal with it personally. I need the exact location. Right away, Lord Captain. Okay, so we don't have Idira. We weren't bringing her anyway. Do we want to bring Elliot? Yeah. Let's bring Elliot. Okay, let's see. Reclaim what was lost? No. Echo of the past? A message had come to the bridge reporting that the departed rogue trader has appeared on the ship. The name Idira Talas was mentioned. An unsanctioned psyker, the Lord Captain must act to find out what is happening and to neutralize the potential threat. Explore the lockdown chamber to assess the potential threat to the ship and crew. Okay, well, I think this is a good place to stop for this episode. In the next episode, we'll just get straight into the action and see what's going on. And after we deal with this situation, we'll then continue moving to Mundus Valancius. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.